If you're struggling to create ads that convert on Facebook, this video is for you. I will share a simple design, a simple animation that you can do on Canva, even if you don't have Canva Pro, and I will walk you through step by step, and I will also share with you different testing ideas I would do for my clients. So I've tested this creative with my clients and it does work, and this is how it looks like. It's just a simple line that's going. It's very elegant, very minimalistic, and usually doesn't mess with the branding. We all know as marketing people that we need as many creatives as possible, and sometimes you just can't get that designer soon enough. Once we test this and test different photos, what we can do is when the sale is ending and we have 48 hours left, we can just quickly edit the text and test it out. So this is how we would go. We would go to Canva, we would create a custom design, which is 1080 by 1080. Now, I usually prefer to test my ads on Facebook feed, and we can discuss why I do that. But basically, Facebook feed is the cheapest placement you can find on Facebook. That's why. And usually I also test, if I have more budget, I test story ads. Usually Facebook feed is still the cheapest one. Sometimes the stories are okay. Advantage, I don't like as much in the beginning. I prefer to use Advantage later. But again, if you want me to expand on that, let me know in the comments. Let's go create the design. So we're going to go to the elements, and then over here, we're going to pretend that we work with a cosmetics brand. We're going to go to photos, and over here, you see which ones are paid and which ones are free. Ideally, this photo should come from a client. I would also like that it would be more a lifestyle kind of photo. So it would be with a person. It would look like, it would look professional, but it could look like your friend uploaded it. Because usually when you upload images like this, it immediately shows a person that it's an ad and kind of, pushes them away. But at the same time, this is an ad for your sale, so it's okay to be a little bit more salesy and more pushy. We're gonna go here and we're gonna go look for the model, this one. I'm gonna click on her, and then I'm gonna hold the option key and then just drag it out so it fits the screen. Now, I would create different variants of this, and I would create the one where she's more in a close-up, where one she's further away. I'd remove the background, but I'll talk about this later. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna add the animation itself. We're gonna go to text, and then over here, you can click on a headline, or you can click T. Now, we need to change the font based on the branding, of course. So I'm going to use Proxima Nova, but it depends on what the brand is. And then I'm going to make this a little bigger. And then we're going to write 20% off, last chance. Now, I would go to ChatGPT and check what other things I could write instead of last chance. Maybe 24 hours left, 48 hours left. But these kinds of ads, as you know, Facebook takes time to test ads. And if I have time, I would write last chance, I would write summer sale, things like that. But then when it's like 1 day left, 2 days left, I would create it with 48 hours and so on. Because 48 hours ads really, really work. But of course, I can't launch them the first day. And I need to see which image performs the best, so then once I launch the ad on, let's say, Friday, when it's like the sale is ending, I already know which image is performing the best. So here we are going to click over here, and we are going to choose effects, and we're going to choose background. Now, as you can see, it has these like round corners, which I don't like. We're going to remove them. But again, based on the branding, maybe your brand has round corners, so then it's fine. Then for the color, we're going to click plus sign, and then we're going to go not completely black, but a little bit up. So it kind of has that muted tone. It's not as, And then we're going to click text and choose white. This also needs testing, and I would definitely recommend that you try it with your brand colors as well. But for me, this usually performs the best, and also white background with black text as well. So again, as you can see, there are testing options for you, but the first thing I would test is this photo. So I'm not even creating these yet, I'm just testing the photo. So what we're going to do now, we're going to copy all this text, and then we're going to go to the very beginning, to the very end of the text, and we're going to use 5 spacings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Then I paste the text again using Command V, and then again 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you can see, this dot appears sometimes. We just select it and move it to space. Easy. And then we do the same again. Now we want more of them because we want them here. So we're gonna click over here, hold the Option key, and just drag it out. As you can see now, my text is outside my image, and I want that because when the animation is moving, I want the text, there still to be text. So now we don't worry about anything else now. We click Animate, Text, Scroll, and go to Drift. Now you can of course try different options like Pan and so on. This is the one I prefer. We choose the direction. You will see that this is for Canva Pro only, so you can change the intensity. Doesn't make such a big difference, but I mean every difference counts. So this is it. And as you can see, we have our ad. Now let's play it and pay attention to where the text begins. And if you don't like it, you know, so here for me it's perfect. It begins here. Person can see the sale easily. If you don't like it, you just move this. Okay, but test that because the first 3 seconds obviously are the most important, so we want to make sure that the text is in the right spot. One thing that really makes a difference is the background color of the image, especially when, as you can see here, it has a lot of space. So another image I would test is I would remove the background. Now for this, you do need Canva Pro. There's ways to go around it, but I mean, just get a free trial. Honestly, it's gonna make your life easier. I'm gonna move this image over here so I can select the font. I wouldn't go for something like this unless you have a very strong brand, you know, it depends on the brand. This is all based on branding. You could also go for gradients. So if I want really a high impact, I would go for a gradient instead of just this color. And then I would add noise to it to kind of make it a little more elegant. So these are from the photo colors and usually they work pretty well. So we're gonna choose this one. Now, what can we do? To add noise, it has to be an image. So we're gonna create a new one and then it has this color over here. And there's 2 ways you could go about it. You can just download this image, which is ideal. That's what you need to do. But I'm lazy. So we're gonna screenshot it. We're gonna screenshot this image and we're gonna upload it over here. I have some already, and we're gonna upload it as an image. The reason we do this is because this is not considered an image. It's considered a filled background, and then if I go to apps and I choose noise, it's not going to let me make changes. So that's why, because it's noise image. And as you can see, it wants me to select and upload an image because I have this, but once I upload the image here, you see it has the edit sign over here. It's considered an image. It will show it differently. So you can see I can already edit it now. Now you can preview and you can change the amount of noise. I wouldn't go too crazy on it, something like this. And then I'm gonna add it to design. So we have a little bit of noise. This is not very subtle. This is a little bit stronger than I would want. And then I can just remove the transparency and it's not as crazy. So we're gonna copy this and we're gonna paste it here, move it to the back. And I'm using shortcuts, but you can always use position and you can just click to back. Now it's at the back. Then I'm gonna move this image so it's here. And as you can see, we have ad number 1, ad number 2. And we can just play, you know, and see how it looks like. You need to separate these, save these files separately. Once I have my first design, what I need is an Instagram story design. The easiest way to do is resize, and then you can choose Instagram story. If this doesn't appear, then you click custom size and you choose 1080 by 1920. I do like to test stories separately because it tends to work for me, and I usually go for all the placements, so Messenger, Instagram, and Facebook. We're gonna copy and resize this. So it's going to take a little bit and then it's going to appear. If you don't have the premium version, you can also do this by creating a new file, create new design, just create the design that's custom size, and it's 1080 1920, and then just copy the elements. So I have them here. So I just have three elements here. Basically, I just copy them and paste them to my story. And then here I can just drag it out and it will appear. As you can see, maybe the background moved, or maybe some images are not loading. That's okay. Or maybe I didn't select one. I could just go back, select the image. I didn't select it anyways. And then I go back to the girl and I have the girl here. So basically just takes a little more time, but it's okay. You could also try something like this where the image is above and then the moving element is behind. Then I can move it like this and see, you know, it could be something like this where it's hiding behind the product. Many different ways, but the easiest one is like this, where I just copied, resize, and then went here, and then here I can just make it bigger, or like that. This I can make bigger as well. Make sure it's where I want it to be, test it, and that's it. What would I test? I would test, one, just the image, so no moving elements. I would download it as an image. Two, the colors, the background colors of the image, text colors of the image. The perfect A/B test to know what works is to change one element. But when you don't have too much budget, what I would do, I would change the background and I would change the text. So I would make like them pretty different ads, because if you don't have that much budget, you just can't allow it to be such a small change. You want the changes to be pretty major. And of course, I would test the video ad. Now, I hope that this video was helpful. If you want to see more videos where I share different creatives that you could use on your Facebook ads, please leave a comment, because then I will know that these videos are useful for you. And if you have any questions whatsoever, also let me know. I will be more than happy to answer. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.